What's the number one issue facing nonprofits today? Stick till the end of this video and I'll tell you what I believe the number one issue is and give you some concrete strategies on how you can address it if this is an issue in your nonprofit. Hi, I'm Kelly, the nonprofit strategy nerd, and I am here to help nonprofit leaders create an organization and life of intention, ease, and incredible impact. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit today. Typically, if you're showing up to watch my weekly videos coming out every Thursday, I talk a lot about board governance, I talk a lot about fundraising, and I talk a lot about leadership strategies. Well, today we're going to do a little bit of a pivot, and I'm going to talk about something a little bit more philosophical. I'm going back. If you know me, I was a philosophy and English writing double major, pre-law tracked, and so I'm going back to my philosophical roots. And I do training for nonprofit leaders, especially executive directors, on things like fundraising strategy, marketing and social media strategy, content marketing strategy, fundraising campaigns, board governance, board strategy, and really a lot of leadership and hiring tactics. I think for a lot of nonprofit leaders, they come with a lot of clinical background, and all of a sudden they're running organizations and businesses, so I spend most of my time giving them some of that business expertise. Today we're going to take a step away from that conversation and talk about what I believe number one problem facing nonprofits today. And no, it is not enough money, not enough resources. I wish it was, because then we could nerd out the whole time about fundraising and life and problems would be solved and everyone would have housing and there would be no problems and everyone would have food and there'd be no problems. But I think, like most of life, the nonprofit sector is a little bit more complex than that. And I have the privilege of supporting hundreds of organizations and talking to dozens of people each week that are in the nonprofit space, and over and over and over and over and over again, I kind of hear different results that are stemming from the same systematic issue. And it's not that there aren't any systems, it's that most nonprofits don't seem to truly know or act in alignment with what their mission and vision are. So there's a lot of mission creep, there's a lot of vision creep, there's a lot of we operate this programming and this is the program we do and this is where we are and this is our name and these are our programs. But the nonprofit sector is there to meet unmet needs in communities. If there is a need, nonprofits come in to solve that need or provide systems of support to lessen the need. And what I see all the time, and this is especially true in the United States, there were so many wonderful organizations that came out in the 70s and they were addressing needs in the 70s. It's 2021 and they're still doing the same programming in the same way. And they're not focused on meeting needs in the community. They're just operating like they've always operated because they've always operated that way. So what I see as the biggest number one problem facing nonprofits today is they don't know their mission. And they're definitely, even if they do know their mission, probably not acting in accordance with it. So what I promised you and what I'm challenging you to do is take a step back from the operations of your organization and really reflect on what is the mission, what problem is present that you're trying to solve for what people, and then really truly look at your programming, your service delivery. Are you addressing that mission? Is there something you can and should be doing? Are there things you're operating that are outside the scope of that? Assess those things, because this is really, whenever we as nonprofits have fiscal responsibility to be good stewards of the money. And the biggest thing you can do in failure is use the money you receive for things that you want to do instead of focusing on things that help the mission of your organization. If you do have a mission that you all know, that your staff, your board of directors, your program directors you're all like, yeah, that's our mission, but then you really reflect on the programming you're doing and it's on alignment, feel free to set up a coffee and consulting with me. There's a link below and we can talk about it. Or just, I challenge you, don't be part of what I see as the number one failure, which is lack of mission with nonprofits. And I hope this resonates with some of you, sadly. And I wish you the best of luck fulfilling the mission of your nonprofit organization. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe below so you can get weekly tips from me, Kelly, the nonprofit strategy nerd, all about how you can operate your organization and life with intention, ease, and incredible impact. Until next week.